Very good evening to all the respected members here. I'm Shakeera Banu from Microlab Coimbatore. So my topic is non-invasive prenatal testing using novel droplet digital PCR technology. So NIPT. NIPT is a genetic screening test that tells us about the genetic health risk of a woman during her pregnancy. It is a safe, it is accurate, and its uses is supported by many medical professional societies. So by taking the maternal blood, which is tested to determine whether the developing baby has certain chromosomal condition or not. So during her pregnancy, some of the DNA, that is fetal DNA. So here the fetal DNA is taken to analyzed during NIPT to check the certain chromosomal abnormalities or the condition. Fetal DNA. So the fetal DNA is nothing but short DNA fragments which is present in the maternal circulation. It has the component of maternal DNA 90%. Fetal DNA is 10%. It is produced by the placenta and shed into the maternal plasma. So fetal fraction is cleared after a few hours after the birth. So the fetal fraction increases with paternal placental mass. So what are the indication to take NIPT? So when the woman is at a increased risk from prior screening, so the advanced maternal age, that is for an example, 35 years and above, and previous affected pregnancy. And while also doing other screening when the pregnant woman having whether the baby has at increased risk. So at that time, it is better to take the NIPT. So coming to the aim is about the validation of the utility of the non-invasive prenatal testing using highly multiplex droplet digital PCR for the detection of the fetal trisomy 13, 18, and 21 from the maternal blood in singleton pregnancy. So here the hard facts, we all know that aneuploidies are the most major cause for a perinatal mortality and morbidity. The most common trisomies are, the aneuploidies are the trisomies. So Down syndrome, trisomy 21, Edwards syndrome, trisomy 18, and Pato syndrome, trisomy 13. So NIPT has a highly accurate value. So whereas depends upon the difference, chromosomal condition, there are some variations. Going to the technology, compared to NGS and microarray NIPT based digital droplet PCR, NIPT, has significant advantages. Like it is a novel methodology. It also has application like it deduct absolute quantification. It is rapid. It is highly accurate. It is simple. It has highly diagnostic accuracy. It is cost effective too. So the process and protocol. So totally for the validation, I have taken 110 samples from a pregnant woman between 11th to 21st week of gestation period 2021 to 22. So as per the kit insert and the commercial kit, so we have gone for the extraction and the assay setup has been performed. So before performing the NIPT assay, the more important thing is the fetal fraction should be 4%. So the fetal fraction of the sample were analyzed first. So coming to the workflow. So here we'll see how does the digital PCR achieve a precise DNA measurement. The first step after taking the sample were prepared along with the oil. It has been loaded into the cartridge, and that cartridge is placed on the QX droplet generator. That is the first step. So here, the key is the sample partitioning with droplet digital PCR. So the reaction mixes are with the microfluidic technology. It will be approximately 20,000 droplets will be monosized in each sample. So PCR takes place in each droplet. So to generate the digital result, the samples are amplified to endpoint in conventional thermal cycler. So here, after the sample, after the conventional has been happened, the data is recorded graphically by Quantasoft software. What happens is, if the droplet has target DNA, the amplification takes place and the fluorescence will emit it. If there is no target DNA in the droplet, there won't be any PCR takes place. So the fraction of the positive droplets determine the concentration of the DNA sequence in the sample. So the droplet of the DNA targets are read as a positive, and they do not, it will be read as a negative. So based upon this Quantasoft software, the software records the positive and the negative droplets in the each sample and plot droplet by droplet fluorescence. So the ratio of the target sequence of the different chromosome are calculated here, and the data will be analyzed and visualized. So this is the data. So before going to the data, that is the quality criteria based according to the kit insert and some of the journals published. So if we want to analyze the data, the droplet should be more than 10,000. So for the normal case, used in the concentration calculation. So coming to the normal case, the ratio will be 1 for all the combination. In case of trisomy, has a theoretical ratio for 21, 18, or 13. The ratio will be 1.05 for all the 10% fetal fractions. So here there is a expected trisomy final ratio, the ratio for the trisomy 18, 13, and 21, and the fetal fraction percentages. So overall, taking my 110 samples, this is the data summary. So which I like to conclude, like out of 110 samples, we have reported 100 as a normal and 10 as the abnormal. With the scale of 0 to 4%, there were 2 samples that we didn't consider at all, and 5 to 10%. So we have reported has 52 has normal and 1 has abnormal for trisomy. And 10 to 20% of this off scale, we reported 43 has a normal and 7 has abnormal for trisomy 21 alone. And coming to 20 to 30% of that off scale, we have reported 3 were normal and 2 were abnormal for trisomy 21. We didn't get any positive for 13 and 18. So as I told you, there is a formula in that reader, droplet reader. This is the formula used in the Quantasoft software. So in the threshold, the total copy number of the chromosome 18 and 13 is calculated by summing the copy number of the channel 1 of the 8 wells. So this is how the graphical representation of the normal results. So here, so this one will be then here. This is the negative reads. So whereas this is the positive reads of 13 and this is the positive reads of 18. So this is the channel 2, which represents the positive reads of the 21. It is only 21. So as it is a screening test, if it in case it is an abnormal test, it will be confirmed with the other confirmatory test. It also confirmed with the confirmatory test, like with the clinician suggestions and by taking the invasive amniotic fluid. So it will also be confirmed with gold standard method like karyotyping and FISH also. It also shows the trisomy 21 for these cases. This is the abnormal reports of that. Right, for an example, I have given karyotyping result and the FISH result. So overall view, NIPT shows if it is a normal, there is no specific follow-ups if it is necessary unless ultrasound examination of the fetal reveals anomalies. If it is test failure, so if it is less than 1% pregnancy or enough for the fetal DNA, then NIPT should be repeated, which has been performed without extra cost. So if it is an abnormal NIPT result, with the clinician suggestion, we will be going for the amniocentesis. As we have multiple platforms like NGS, MicroRNA, and HRME, we have taken their data and compared with our data for our own validations. So conclusions. So here I'd like to conclude that so digital PCR gives high diagnostic sensitivity and specificity, and at the ECS it is a fast, simple, and easy to use, and results obtained on the same day, and it is cost efficient also.